You know, a lot of people in all the places that I've worked complain a lot. And I get it. We go through a lot of things in life, but we could also remain positive in our work environment in the midst of these things happening. These conditions that we thought of and made come into fruition in our life and that we are vocal about with our coworkers. Um, yeah, we can change it. And I know people complain everywhere, but I'm going to make an emphasis on work and being positive in that environment because we spend a lot of time there. Even if you are part time, it's still a lot of hours dedicated to a concentrated place outside of home. Full time, we definitely got to buckle down. So my most recent job that I'm at, the people are great. I also think that people complain because they want to have small talk, like that elevator talk, like, hey, how about those Yankees? Sometimes it's okay to just be quiet. It is okay to be quiet. And that is what I'm practicing. I promise you, I know that everything that is happening in my life right now is something I spoke on, prayed on, asked for more guidance with. And like, this is like universal law giving me what I asked for. And it got so bad that I said, how can I be a resolutionary? Because for me, being vocal about something, like whether it bothers you or not, you should have a resolution to it. The first time you talk to me, I'm going to listen. I'm like, okay. And then if you ask me my opinion, then I'll give it to you. But first time, I'm going to listen. And if you come back to me again and complain again, now I'm going to be intrigued to put in my little salt and ask, how are you going to resolve this? Because this shouldn't be repetitious with you complaining about this. Because now this is taking up space in your head, and then now you're trying to splatter that on me. And because we're in the same space for a certain amount of hours, I don't want that. So you either lock it up, or you can talk to me and share how you want to go about it. And that could be anything. How you deal with folks. Any and everything. Because outside of that, now your energy is contagious. Your negative energy is contagious, and I don't want that. So it got like that. Like, it got louder to me. And I think when I'm fasting and I'm juicing, things always get louder. I'm more sensitive. Did I say that right? Sensitive? Yeah, I did say it right. Okay. I'll be in my own head about words. So I'm juicing right now for 10 days. And even before then, the very first time that I heard this, I was doing some type of fasting. And the group of people that I'm with, majority of the time, I mean, the whole place, everybody be complaining. And I tell you, that's small talk. And I be ignoring people. I be like, Or I go, Sometimes I don't even hear them. I just be blocking them out, but I just be acknowledging, like, oh, okay. Whatever you said, if it was negative, I'm not absorbing that. But I made up a challenge for my department. And I said, we're going to have a November no complaining challenge. And I got clothespins, and I put everybody's names on them. I had 5 pens, and each pen was worth a point. One was worth 2 points. So that was the last one that could be pulled. My pens, because I was the moderator of the challenge, my pens were worth money. But it only would add up at the end if you were the winner of the no complaining. So the winner of the challenge never got any of my pins. So the challenge win was lunch was on me, right? I said you get the least amount of points complaining. The object is to get the least amount of points complaining, and then the winner at the end of the month gets $20 lunch on me, whatever. And if they had got the extra pins, then they would get 21, 22 because my pins were worth $1 each. People did pull my pins. Two of my pins. Did I have 4 or 5? I think I made 5 of me too. Yeah, 2. I even got, and I acknowledged it. And I'm gonna get back to that in a minute. So yeah, that was the purpose of the challenge. And I didn't have to be present. That was the thing. So it was also to make communication better, to make people listen. These exercises weren't like just the icebreaker, just to like play a game. It's literally to help you grow, help you be more mindful, and listening to what you say and what you hear people say. And it worked. Although, we are still, we, meaning collectively, the department is complaining. Now I catch myself and I retract my complaints because complaining is like judging to me. So I'm working on unlearning that behavior because I know what you put out will come back to you. But they've gotten better. But that challenge, it moved something in them because once the challenge is over, it's like everybody turned that knob off. So then I said, I'm gonna bring this challenge back indefinitely because y'all are driving me up the wall like Spider-Woman, and I don't want to be up there. So, the funniest part about this challenge that I shared with them was each time somebody spoke, they said, I'm not complaining. Just want to say this first. I'm not complaining. I'm stating a fact. It was not a freaking fact. Then they would argue and debate on what they were saying if it was a complaint. And people were trying to hold onto their pens so bad, but it was funny. It was a fun, growing, learning experience that they all enjoyed. And they still apply it now, although we're not really doing that challenge at the moment. So because we have to spend so much time with each other, again, they nicknamed me Marisha Morale, keeping the morale up at work. High spirits, regardless of what we're going through, regardless of the challenges that we're facing in our personal life, and even the challenges that we face at work. I tell people, don't personalize your experience or your day. Don't let this one customer, one client mess up your day. They're gone. Just go breathe that off. Go outside. Take your time. And then power talk yourself and say, hey, this person don't get to trigger me. They don't even know me. I don't even know who the person is now that they walked away. I can't even go back and research their name because they don't mean sugar honey iced tea to me. And I see it. Like, people are still complaining, but I still see, like, when I'm around, and I've even heard this from coworkers, they say when I'm around, they're more conscious of what they're saying, what they're doing, even when they come to approach and talk to me. So I know it's reflecting, and it's a space for me to also grow in and be vulnerable, because I think being positive is also being vulnerable, because if you're doing something opposite, you're acting, which means you're being fake. So being vulnerable in a moment, like saying, you can approach a complaint differently. You can still verbalize it, but again, it has to have a resolution to it. So you speak on it, don't, bury it. Hey, you know what? This member, this client pissed me off because they cut me off when I was talking to them. But it does not rock my day past this minute of me talking about it. Once we're done in this conversation, I am shifting, moving forward, because that is of the past. It's not in the now. It's not in the present. I won't let that affect everything else. Um, and I reiterate that too. I have to say, like, hey, that is one experience. That's just one person or two people. You're not going to remember them in like 30 minutes. And then the next day, even if you do remember them a little bit, maybe it'll resonate because of whatever, but after a while, you're going to forget. You're going to forget that. And there's no sense of you complaining about something and letting it continue to bother you and having it, letting it live in your head, having rent-free space in your head, and the people not even think about you. So the challenges at work, they are helping because, and I had to reiterate this to them again, helping you be more mindful, helping you listen more, using your other senses, and not just carelessly talking, because people carelessly talk. The more quiet I am, the more I see. Like I'm observing, like I feel like Neo from the Matrix. And then some people just literally talk because they're bored or they want to fit in. And everybody is grown. Ain't no teenagers around. But that just shows you that the lifestyle can carry on into adulthood. So you could be whatever age and still be childish. You could be whatever age and still don't know how to talk. You could be whatever age and still hold grudges forever, ever. But once you start letting that stuff go, and I tell them, let it go. You feel lighter. You look better. You feel better. You speak better. You speak better to yourself. And then all that judging, it's also a reflection of how you see yourself. Because they know not to come to me and do any of that. I got older veterans who I shut it down, basement. I got folks around my age, and I have quite a few younger than me. So it's a wide age variety. Whenever it's so cool to have people come to you for advice. And again, for me, the vulnerability is doing the same thing. I don't have to always be, I already know this, but you don't have to always be a teacher. You could be the student. But at the same time, even being in the teacher spot, because a lot of them say they love, learning from me or hearing stuff. But it's also a learning experience for myself, because as I talk to this person, these people, I'm also talking to myself. As you coach somebody, you're talking to yourself. You're hearing it twice. You're hearing it in your head, and then you're also hearing how you deliver it to the person that you're helping. This movie my sister put me on, Collateral Beauty, is basically like, a lot of the movies are rhetoric, but I feel like you see them when you need to see them. And in the movie, these people were trying to set up a friend, which was Will Smith. These people were trying to set up, three of his coworkers were trying to set him up with these three actors to act like they were elements of what he wrote these letters about, right? Death, love, and what was it? Godly. Dang, it was three of them. Anyway, death, love. Oh man, it's gonna bother me. Okay. Anyway, I got 2 out of 3. See, being vulnerable. I got 2 out of 3. So these people pop up and act like they are these things that he wrote to. But to not give the whole movie away, basically, the 3 co-workers who had these 3 people were also dealing with that particular issue in their life. So death, one co-worker was dealing with, and he didn't tell his family he had issues going on. Meanwhile, this person who was playing death was supposed to be getting coached on how to deal with Will Smith's character in the movie. But in the same time, it was helping the coworker out. So the same thing applied with the other two coworkers. Why can't I speak to coworkers? The other two coworkers. And I literally feel that way when you talk to people about anything in life that it relates to whatever you're going through. Like somebody comes to you for advice, or somebody comes to you, even a vent. Like you can approach it differently. So yeah, when my coworkers come around a vent and they say stuff and they speak negatively about themselves, or they be Debbie Downers about themselves, I be like, I hear you, and what you're saying is valid, but I need you to end on a high note. So how can we do that? And then guess what? It happens, and then we laugh, and I'm like, see? And then sometimes, sparingly, they gotta check me, and I'm cool with that, because being vulnerable in front of other folks is a great life lesson for me, because I ain't gotta be perfect. It's all about progress. And I feel like people will always relate when you can relate. It ain't gotta be, hey, look up at me. Look at me. Look what I do. And, oh, wow, look at that. You know, we here. We're the same. We here. I just got a few steps ahead of you. But guess what? Somebody else got a few steps ahead of me. And it's a learning lesson all the time. Teacher learning, student learning, teacher-student role is always interchangeable all the time. Whether you're a parent, a child, a coworker, a boss, just regular employee, whatever. It's a learning experience all day, all the time. But the challenges definitely are helping, and it resonates with what I want to do with my whole lifestyle, like being holistic and sharing joy, sharing happiness, is being the change I seek. And to even get that nickname, Marisha Morel, without even like saying, hey, like give me a nickname or my tag name, or insinuating it myself, that says a lot. So when you enter a place, do not let it change you. You be the change, and then watch everything around you change up. And guess what? You got to show up daily. It's daily challenges. And then, if I get fed up, I do the same things that I would advise them to do. You need a minute? I'm going outside. I'm going to vocalize with you real quick. Now I need to walk away. I need to do X, Y, and Z right now. Right now, or I'm going to lose my job. Or I'll back away and be quiet. I'll do the hand, 1 minute. 1 minute. Namaste. You heard? So you gotta show up daily. You gotta go into the place speaking life. Don't be like, oh man, I gotta come here again. Oh my God. Because guess what? You put the application in the work there. That's what doesn't resonate with me. When people be like, I'm like, why are you even here then? If you don't like it that much, then leave, for real. Because I tell you, many times I've said to people and on videos, once my spirit says it's time to go, pack it up. Bye. I do not need, all I need is already supplied on this earth. It's just me attracting it. I'm not living in the space of scarcity, moving in fear, fear-mongering, all that stuff. Nope. That ain't me. So guess what? That ain't you either. You gonna apply it. You gonna do what you need to do. You gonna do it. Put your back into it. Do it. Put your back into it. Ooh. Yeah. So believe in yourself and know that you can do it every day. Show up And don't let one person or one thing ruin your day. People project everywhere. Don't personalize it. I believe in you. I hope you believe in yourself too. I wish you wealth. I wish you well and all that jazz. I'm Marisha, your health and wellness consultant of Embody Fitness. I'll chat with you soon. Peace.